I had no idea Baywatch weaved every genre of cinema into a sun-soaked tapestry. I was thinking about that today because, well, I was just going through notes of mine. And that's what I wrote. Very poetic, into a sun-soaked tapestry. I'm like, dude, sometimes I look at things I write and I'm like, did I write that? That is well said, Austin. That is well said. I never watched the show growing up. Never did. And then, I mean, this was, I wrote this note August 28th. Dude, that's wild. What is the date today? I wrote this note August 28th of last year. I dated it. Oh my God, it's August 28th right now. That is insane to me. That's exactly 1 year later that I came across this. And it's just because I'm moving stuff that I was going through notebooks. And I'm like, oh man, I forgot about this. And then I just looked at I'm blowing my own mind right now. I'm blowing my mind with dynamite. That's incredible. All right, we'll move on. You get it. I mean, that's magical right there. And I don't even believe in magic. It's of the devil. But, yeah, so I guess a year ago today, I watched my first episode of Baywatch. My wife and I did when we were flipping through channels. And the only reason why we stopped, had they been doing some running on a beach, some swimming, some dialogue of some sorts, we would have never stopped. Like, I never watched it ever, like growing up or anything. I was like, all right, whatever, that looks lame. But I stopped because we were switching it, and David Hasselhoff was fighting a samurai ninja. I don't even, still to this day, I don't even know why. But they were on the boat docks, and he was fighting a ninja. And he was maneuvering, he was juking out the ninja, missing sword attacks, sword swings of all sorts, side angles, top to bottom slashes, up to top, bottom to up slashes, all of it. They could not touch the Hasselhoff. Then he knocked him into the water. Samurai couldn't swim. What does David do? Well, surely he doesn't let him die because he's a lifeguard. He saves lives. Even the lives of samurai ninjas who tried to kill him with a sword, and he jumped in and saved that ninja. And it blew my mind. I had no idea that that's what this show was about. Not in my wildest dreams did I think that there was... I pictured it as like a soap opera on the beach, like Days of Our Lives or something like that. And I mean, I guess I constructed what Days of Our Lives is in my mind because I've never seen even 5 minutes of that show. But, like a lot of talking, a lot of love triangles, love rectangles, love trapezoids, that sort of thing. And then we watched another episode after that, and it was God of the Ocean, Maui. And, I don't know, like some mystical God of the Ocean, Maui, like, saved someone. I mean, it was unbelievable. I didn't even know. And the one thing that really is burned into my brain, when the Hasselhoff, when the Knight Rider himself was fighting the ninja, I was blown away about like how skinny his legs were. True pencils. True number 2 pencils. When they got skinnier as they went down. Like his ankle would have been like the fine point of where you sharpened the pencil, and then it would have connected to the foot. I mean, he he has missed every leg day. That guy has. But, I mean, they love him. The ladies, the men, the trans, they all love him. Love him to death. On this day, on this fine and fateful day, 1 year ago today, I also wrote a note about how I was watching PBS. I was watching The Science of Marathon Running. And of course, they started it off with some evolution thing. Like, what are you doing right now? Is what I was thinking. And they had a full-on picture of a woman ape, a half woman, half ape, with hairy ape-human woman tits. These people have no shame. No shame. And this is the one thing that I learned from it. Like, no one ever tells you that the guy who ran the first marathon, from Marathon to Athens, he was running there to deliver a message. What message? I'm really not sure. I didn't write that down, and I don't remember. But he ran there to deliver a message, and he got there, he delivered it, and he died. He delivered the message and died. Except, unlike the obese woman from The Biggest Loser, he did not resurrect. He just fell over and died, and that was it. He was just dead. He ran a marathon and it killed him, and then everybody was like, let's do that. Let's run these for fun. Granted, he had no way to check his blood sugars. He had no way to know if he was dehydrated. I mean, his organs shut down, and that was it. I just thought that was incredible. I mean, it was about war, The message was definitely about war. It's not like he was delivering a recipe for baklava. Although he could have been. You never know. Those Greeks are crazy. So that's a little bit of your, knowledge. Only the knowledge that I can provide you. No one else is going to tell you that, except for PBS. They did a whole show about it. You know what I've never really understood? Fashion shows. They're just the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Have you ever seen, clips or any footage of a fashion show? Just people walking down, the runway. Everyone's watching them, and they're wearing the stupidest shit ever sewn together by mankind. This is it is the ugliest shit I have ever seen in my life. You can only wear these items that they've created when you are walking. You can't sit in it. You can't move. You can't do anything. All you can do is walk and spin. I mean, Zoolander satirized this the best. Really did, with the garbage collection and just everything. About how absolutely dumb it really is. And then all these people go to the Met Gala and wear the same thing. Just these horribly grotesque outfits. Like the rest of us care. We don't. Does anyone really care? No, they force us to care. They're like, here are all the pictures from the Met Gala. I mean, I couldn't even tell you. I know it exists. I've seen pictures of people there. Every single time I'm like, that is really dumb. And I don't know what's happening there. I don't know what kind of party it is. I don't know why they want us to see this party or care about it. But I don't know. I mean, Puff Daddy's been there, dressed as a big crow with a bunch of feathers. He's been there multiple times. And we all know how that night ended. With baby oil, him drugging women, and paying male prostitutes. They can't let him out, dude. His sentencing is coming up here in October. It's coming up, and they're gonna sentence the P Diddy Demon of New York, and it better be for the maximum amount. He can't be out in the wild. Got to keep him far away from baby oil. Far away from the baby oil. He can't be trusted. Dude, it's already starting to feel like fall here in the Midwest in the good old state of Nebraska, and I love every single minute of it. I mean, it is that special time of year when summer flirts with fall, when they both arrive and are beginning to mingle with each other. The fight is on. You can always feel it. Like one day you'll wake up, and then like my son said the first time that we noticed it, he's like, it feels like fall punched summer in the face. And I'm like, yes it does, son. That is a great analogy. And it's because they fight with one another. You know, fall creeps up, boom, it punches summer in the face. All of a sudden we get that first taste of its wonderfulness. And then it'll be hot again, then it'll be cool, then it'll be hot, and they just do this dance. They live the vida loca. Just like Ricardo Little wanted. I cannot remember his name, Ricardo Little. I wanted to say Little Richard. Living the vida loca. What is that dude's name? Oh, I'm not looking it up either. I refuse. I'm not using my Google IQ. I don't know. It's right there. You get it. You know what I'm talking about. That's how they dance. Fall and summer, they're doing the Macarena together right now. I mean, autumn is the most magical of the seasons. If you're somewhere that, you know, gets to experience it. I mean, I've lived on the West Coast. I've lived in Costa Mesa, Newport Beach area for 2 years, and I got to tell you, everything blends together. In this, last fall when I was hanging out with some buddies from California, I was like, how do you even separate your memories? Because when you live somewhere with 4 seasons, I can kind of categorize memories and be like, oh, this happened in the winter, this happened in the fall, this happened in the summer, this happened in the spring. And but in California, everything blends together. And I was talking to this dude about it, and I'm like, what do you do? He's like, no, man, you're right. He's like, it all does. You just have to remember the memory, but you can't be like, that was in the winter. And he said that you loses track of what time of year certain things happened the older he gets. And that's too bad. Not here. Not in the middle of God's country. That doesn't happen. We get all the seasons, and fall is the most magical. And I'm not talking about witchcraft. I'm just using it in just a general sense. So you can calm down. It's got its cool temps. We got the abundance of pumpkins and mums scattered across the landscape. Got nights around, bonfires with the classic s'mores, and just the stunning changing of leaves. And not to mention football, which the Huskers are playing tonight. It's their very first game, a Thursday night. No one knows why they would choose that, but they did. And I got to tell you, I'm pissed about them changing the Herbie Husker logo. All right, it was the OK symbol, And then all of a sudden, here in 2020, it's a racist thing, and they get rid of it, and now he's just doing the number one. No, we need the original. No one has ever said that it was a racist thing until all of a sudden. It's like, no, dude, it's okay. If anything, before it's racist, it's probably like an evil occult thing where Satanists hold it up because it looks like 666. If anything, it's that before it's white power. Why would a circle with 3 fingers be white power? No, it's stupidest shit I've ever heard. Bring back the original logo. I mean, I'm going to get a petition, change.org that. I'm going to change.org that logo, man. And don't even get me into the Mutual of Omaha logo. My wife's grandpa, Howard Shoemaker, he drew that Indian, and him and his wife, she's still alive, just turned 92 on my birthday, here on August 25th. They loved Indians. A lot of Indian literature, paintings, famous paintings, books, so much Indian paraphernalia and propaganda around the house, and they loved it. And then all of a sudden, no one even asked Mutual of Omaha to change their logo. They're just like, now it's a lion. Garbage. 2 things I need to do in my life, and that is have the Husker logo restored, and then also have the Mutual of Omaha logo restored. Those are 2 of my missions. I'm doing right now. Dedicate 10% of my life to making this happen. This is the point. This is the turning point. We got to get him back. I mean, I'll probably call it. I need to call Eric Crouch. I got his number. I've edited some videos for him in his playground business. Conversations with him and Houston Alexander. And some others. I'm going to give him a call and be like, will you help me bring back the original mascot? And they'll probably say, no, I don't want anyone to think I'm racist, and never go down any of my slides ever again. Because his number one goal in life is a slide for every child. And that's what he wants to do. He wants to accomplish that mission. But I'm probably still going to call him on this show and ask him at some point in time. So it's football season. It's fall. Exciting times. It's exciting times. The last time I flew somewhere, I was flying to Dallas. And I'm just curious. Like, I know that peanuts were assassinating people long before the airlines got rid of them. And it was really on this trip that I realized they handed me pretzels, just dry, stale pretzels. Oh, I hate it so much. I want the peanuts. And I want to know, when did they lose the peanut? For real. Like, it wasn't that long ago. I mean, I'm 42. I clearly remember in my 20s and 30s still getting the peanut. And I know that, they got to be careful, because if, people smell a peanut, touch a peanut, certain people, maybe if they look at it wrong, it kills them. And it's just a sad thing, because peanuts don't kill me. And I like to consume them when I'm on an airplane in an airtight cylinder shooting across the sky. That's when I like to eat peanuts the most. And I don't even know. Like, I want to find the data. Like, AI can probably give me the information that I seek on when in this country did the peanut start assassinating people. Maybe if we find, cross-reference it with when airlines got rid of the peanut. But, maybe I can count on you. Maybe you can get on YouTube, get on X.com, and find me the answers to these questions that I seek. Go now. I could probably do it myself, but I also want to encourage you to find it. When did the peanut start assassinating people in the United States? When I was on the radio, I had a morning radio show on a small station for 2 years. And I would have people on for charities and stuff like that. And one of them was this charity and ministry that would go over to Africa and give people that were starving these basically peanut mush that was like 1,000 calories, several hundred grams of fat, and it basically just brought them back to life right away. They were a powerful thing. And I asked him, I was like, is anyone in Africa allergic to peanuts? I'm like, will this kill them? Like, this high-powered peanut cocktail just seems like it could end a life real quick. And he was like, no one in Africa is allergic to peanuts. We can give this to any kid, anyone that's starving, and all it'll do is bring them to life. And I'm like, that is wild, man. In the United States, peanuts kill people. In Africa, it resurrects them. Brings them to life, brings the light back in their eyes. Just got to figure out what happened there. I also don't really, I feel, I try to not turn my cell phone off when I'm on a plane, just because I want to see what happens, but I always end up doing it because I'm just a little bit too nervous. But it just seems weird to me that we can't have our phones on. I think it's a conspiracy. I think they want us to turn it off so we'll pay for their insanely priced Wi-Fi service. Like, and they come up, when they're saying like turn the phone off and all that, they kind of word it in like a cryptic manner. Like, if you don't, this plane will crash and we will all die. And I wouldn't have a problem with it if the internet wasn't so, like, why is it so expensive? Does the internet cost more at 30,000 feet? You'd think it would cost less because we're closer to the satellites. And on top of that, just give it to us for free, you greedy bastards. And I don't even know, like, would one phone being on, like, if one person left their phone on, would that kill? Would that crash the plane and kill everyone? One phone, or do you need multiple phones? Like, if everyone was like, no, we will never turn off our phone, everyone on the plane left it on, is that the amount that one would need to, send this plane as a projectile into the earth? No one will ever know. If it's only one person, that'd be wild. Because that means that, like, each individual person holds the fate of everyone on the plane in their hands and could take it down at any moment. And you'd think then terrorist attacks, super easy. They just get on a plane, don't turn it on airplane mode, and then everyone dies. I want some more information about that too. That's something I gotta look into. Is this just a way that they can squeeze more money out of us? Or is there a real potential for danger? These are the things that keep me up at night. So there's this guy, D.D. Palmer is his name. He's from Denison, Iowa. Do you know who this man is? Well, he started chiropractic. I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but I don't know how to correct it, so we're rolling with it. Chiropractor. Whatever. He created it, man. His family was a band of grave robbers. And what they would do is when someone would die that was deformed and had like a hunch or something else that was weird, they would go dig up the body. They would rob the corpse of all of its fine jewelry, maybe VCRs. No, this was a long time ago. No VCRs. But they would rob it all. Then they would play with the bones, figure out the bones, learn how to crack them, what goes into place where, inspect it all, and then they just started cracking people's bones. And legend has it that they, cracked some bones on this girl who couldn't hear, and she was deaf, but they did their chiropractor service on her, and she could hear. And that's why the deaf hear because of D.D. Palmer's family of chiropractic bandits. And I'm like, that is the craziest thing that a story of how something happened. That's what I was telling this chiropractor that told me this story. I'm like, he's like, yeah, but dude, if you look into it, a lot of medicine started that way. Like, a lot of medicine has crazy backgrounds like that. And I go, yeah, I mean, they're still doing it to this day. Like, my wife has a relative, a cousin, who's going to school to be a perfusionist. I believe that's what it's called. It's the person that is with the doctor and the anesthesiologist in the room, and they're controlling the blood flow to the person being operated on to keep them alive. And one of the tests that they have to do is keep a pig alive. That's one of the tests. That's your Monday morning test. You come in, they, knock a pig out, cut its chest open so you can see its heart, pin back the pig flesh, and then the perfusionist, if you want to be one, if you want to pass this class, you have to control the blood flow and keep it alive for a certain amount of time. What happens to the pig when they're done? It dies. I'm told the pig always dies. It does not, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't sew it back up and make it live. Maybe you could make it live, but I guess the doctors and nurses are hungry. They want to have a luau, a little barbecue after the test. Stick it in the ground with some coals, put it on a spigot. I don't know. But I'm like, dude, that is wild. That is something that I could not do. But we need to be very thankful that there are people out there that are wired like that can handle that, like, that feel calm enough and confident enough to control how much blood you're getting during surgery. I'm telling you, like, if I was doing that, so many people would die. Well, one, because then, be malpractice, there would be an investigation. It would ruin my life. Throw my life into a tailspin. I wouldn't even get to operate on a person. Like, that would be crazy if they let me, because that pig, dead right away. I'd probably shoot too much blood in it. Just blood would be coming out of its chest like a geyser, just blinding the doctors, the nurses. It would look like some sort of Bohemian Grove, ritual in there. And they'd be like, stop the blood flow, and then I'd suck it back. I'd stop it too fast. It'd go down, up. It'd be just a complete disaster. But very, very thankful that there are people out there that they're just like, yeah, I could do that. Easy. And then I'll take a lunch break. Need a ham sandwich. Not me. Not me at all. Well, that is it. That is it for today, my friend. I'll be back tomorrow. This is Monday through Friday. I will be doing this show. Right now, the shows have been clocking in around 30 minutes, but soon I'm gonna get those up to 45. Probably be moving out of my car into my studio soon, even though, like I said yesterday, I do enjoy these car sessions. And yeah, and then I'm gonna start releasing them. We're gonna do 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. I will be here to comfort you, to console you, to make you laugh, to make you cry, to walk through life with you. This is all I'm Austin Anderson. aka the voice of all generations. The ones that have lived, are living, and will live, aka the kid with the candy nipples. And tomorrow's show, I believe I'm going to shoot for starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. If I don't make it tomorrow, because I'm still getting situated and adjusted, Monday. Because once I start releasing these at 10 a.m., Monday through Friday, that's it. This is my life's work. This is going to be my life's work and my legacy. That's right. It's written. It's written in the dirt. Because I wrote it there with a stick. I'll see you tomorrow.